Hello and welcome back to the Abundant Living University. I'm your host, Glenn Ullman. I really have been caught up, as I'm sure most of you have been, by the incredible changes that are going on right now in the Middle East, whether it's Tunisia or Egypt or Libya, protests in Yemen or Bahrain. Earlier in my life, I, as many of you know, was an Air Force pilot and spent some good amount of time in the Middle East, mostly in Saudi Arabia. And I have to tell you, this incredible outpouring from the young people in those countries, of course, in countries like Egypt and Libya and Jordan and throughout the Middle East, 60% of all of the people in those countries are below the age of 30. They tend to be relatively well educated, but they can't find jobs. It's also they live in very repressive regimes, so there's no outlet for this frustration. But it really reminds me of 21 years ago, when the Berlin Wall fell, and all the angst that people had, the commentators had about would there be a civil war in Russia, and where were the nukes, and what would the Eastern European countries do? And of course, there was a lot of turmoil. There was a coup in Russia that Boris Yeltsin helped put down. There were oligarchs in the former Soviet Union that aggregated power, many of whom still have tremendous wealth and power. There was corruption. There were mini revolutions along the way. But the overarching thing that happened was that 1 billion people moved from totalitarian regimes to freedom, ultimately into the marketplace. And that's really a wonderful thing. It's also wonderful for American ideals because that is our greatest export. This idea that freedom matters, dating back, of course, to our Declaration of Independence. And, thinking about Ronald Reagan standing at that wall and urging Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall, which I've mentioned before, it was a line that the State Department kept striking from the speech and Ronald Reagan kept putting in. So I hope that all of our politicians will be as supportive as Ronald Reagan was, ultimately, and others before him in supporting this incredible demographic shift. We have very little control in this country about what ultimately will happen. It's really up to their people. Just like our democracy is different than Britain's, that's different than France's, that's different than the Japanese. But ultimately, moving another 600 million people from totalitarian regimes to some sort of freedom-based democratic process is ultimately a wonderful, wonderful thing for the world as a whole, and economically for us as well. Now, in the last several weeks, we've seen oil prices rise, and that's given rise to, oh my gosh, isn't this horrible? And yes, rising oil prices are like a tax on our economy. But again, I always try to put these things in perspective. The price of oil has gone up by about 20% in the last 2 weeks. My guess is in the next 2 or 3 months, it'll go right back down to where it was. So I went to the gas station today to fill up. It cost me about $52 to fill up my tank, where a month ago it would have cost me about $45. It's costing me about an extra $7 a week. That's about $30 a month. Now, for most people listening to this video, that is a rounding error. Even if your budget's very tight, it means maybe you downsize a meal or two, maybe you don't go to Starbucks, maybe you combine some trips. Certainly not a big deal. So although we'll talk about $100 a barrel for oil, and it sounds awfully scary, in terms of the impact on our lives, it's rather small. And again, coupled with the great rush of hundreds of millions of people, hopefully into a more free country and marketplace, ultimately that's going to be very good for the world economy moving forward. Always love your comments. We look forward to talking to you soon.